Hi, I'm Ben Forty.
And I'm Evie and you're watching WCAT's Weekly News.
We hope everyone has had an easy transition back to the regular class schedule. But let's take a look back at this year's unforgettable Jan term.
Jan term had another successful year and allowed many students to dive into their passions and some to even take a trip abroad.
WCAT reporters Smith Patton and Riley Warner found out firsthand about the documentary film and the Holy Land Jan term course in Israel.
Yet another successful year of Jan term here at Westminster. One very popular course was a new one, the Israel Jan term. We interviewed the advisors for this course, Dr. Terry and Reverend Charney, to hear a little bit more about their firsthand experience in the Holy Land.
Can you give us a brief description about the Israel Jan term?
So the Jan term was the Holy Land documentaries, and the goal was to have an interdisciplinary course where we brought history and archaeology with the biblical places and stories. And what we did was we made documentaries about a certain place in Israel. So the students had to study and research and understand that place fully, and then go and film in that place to bring out all the different aspects of it and to put it together into a project at the end.
And what was the day-to-day life in Israel?
Some days were pretty full. We covered a lot of ground, geographically speaking. I think our longest day, we went all the way from the northern tip of Galilee in the northern part of the country all the way down south of Jerusalem, and then ended up in Jerusalem. And we hit the Dead Sea and Masada along the way. So some days were longer than others, but each day was pretty packed, and our students had to really stay active and engaged and sneak little cat naps on the bus, of course, it's a really important thing to do on a trip, I think.
And what was the most challenging part about the course?
We had a lot of walking. So we had up to 6 or 7 miles of walking, even when we
on
were
a normal
inside,
day.
On a normal day,
Yeah.
inside the old city. So 1 square mile, we would walk somewhere up to 6 miles in the day. And so our feet were a little bit sore at the end of the trip.
While y'all were not in Israel, what were y'all doing in the classroom?
When we were in the classroom, we really gave the students an opportunity to work on their own, to study and research and to prepare their scripts, also to work on their documentaries. So it was a lot of independent time with their groups.
And on the front end, they were mostly doing scripts and workshopping those ideas. And then on the back end, a lot of editing. So we didn't really hear much from them on the back end. They were kind of laser focused on editing what they had already gathered.
The Israel Jan term was a huge success for its first year here at Westminster. The students got to visit around many historical sites in Israel and see everything it has to offer. This course is available for juniors and seniors, so make sure you guys don't forget to sign up next year. I'm Riley Warner, now back to you in the studio.
Great piece. The Israel trip looked like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And speaking of things around the world in 80 Bites is sponsored by the Global Education Programs and the Glenn Institute. It is a fun, family-oriented global event that includes various food tastings, live performances, student presentations, games, and other exciting activities. If you are interested in hosting a booth showcasing your dish, please reach out to Ms. Dent.
Moving on, it's February, and that means Valentine's Day is right around the corner.
Student government will be selling Valentine's Day cards and a data match survey next week, so if you are looking to see who on campus could be your Valentine, be sure to check it out.
Winter sports are coming to a close, with many teams facing playoffs. Sports reporter Jack Hunter has the latest on Westminster sports.
Thanks, guys. This weekend is a big weekend for WCAT sports. The swim and dive teams are competing for state championships this weekend, and both teams have high expectations for the state finals, so make sure to wish them good luck before they head out and attempt to bring home some hardware. In other postseason play, 2 wrestlers, Charlie Durand and Jack Polhemus, made it past the area tournament last weekend and will have an opportunity to make it to the state championship if they can make it through the sectional tournament this weekend. While both swim and dive and wrestling compete for state championships, the squash team is once again competing for a national championship. Tonight, there's a big battle across the river as the Wildcat basketball teams will face off against Buckhead rival Lovett. Come out to Lovett at 5:30 and 7 to support your Cats to victory before the region tournaments next week. That's all for this week. Good luck to all the teams closing out their seasons or attempting to prolong them. I'm Jack Hunter, now back to you.
Thanks, Jack.
That's all for this week's news. I'm Ben Forty.
And I'm Evie Reardon, and you're watching WCAT's Weekly News.